it's great to win it, but the worst thing was we was playing an English team. And that makes it harder because you know that if you get beat by that team, this is forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to see those guys. Like I'm good friends with Frank.
Frank, yeah.
So I'm always going to see Frank. I'm always going to see the other guys.
Because you're in before the game.
Yeah, no conversations.
No conversations, nothing.
But you sit there and you're like, and by the way, 3 days later, after that Champions League final, we have to go to the England squad.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 4 or 5 Chelsea players there. Yeah, I can't go to that squad with a loser's runner-up medal. No way.
But if you win, you can walk in with a trophy.
Yeah. So it made it. There was so much more layers to it. But
and let's talk about the build-up. When did you get to Moscow? How many days before?
I think 2 days before, or 48 hours before the game. The crazy thing is we used to play young versus old the night before the game, and it was almost fights because the older team we very rarely got beat in that game. We got battered by about, I think it was like 5-1. Welbeck's got a hat-trick that day, Danny Welbeck.
Wow.
And it was like, Jesus, like everyone was arguing. So you could feel the tension built and we were just ready to go out there and explode. But the thing that I remember vividly was the press conference. So when you're the captain and the manager goes in to the press conference, and the room probably the size of this, you couldn't get anyone else, like sardines in the room. Wow. It was like 100 cameras, people sweating, getting in there, it was crazy. Cameras all outside, people all outside in the hallways. And the magnitude of that game hits you immediately. Yeah. If you didn't know before that point, you'd have to have been like walking around with blinkers on. But it does hit home. Then it comes to controlling the emotions, controlling your feelings around the final. Because if you let yourself get carried away, the size of the game becomes too much and it can kind of take you away
from... the occasion, not the game, right?
Exactly.
2008 UEFA Champions League final, an all-English affair. Manchester United against Chelsea in Moscow.
So, yeah, then the game comes and we should have had the game out of sight in the first half. We had so many chances. We had
better team first half.
We had a better team by a mile, but then they turned it around in the second half and they're probably the better team second half. And then it was fairly even probably over the rest of the game. I was out on my feet. I played like I think I played like 50-something games that season. Like I was mashed. My body was like in trouble. I was getting cramp in extra time. I was just thinking, just get us to penalties and just please let us win. Like that's all I was thinking. Just get us to penalties. Don't even try and score, guys. All of us just accept penalties now. I'd rather just do that. And then Drogba gets sent off. We slap Vida. We're on the front foot, and then penalties comes.
That's it. We're going all the way in Moscow, deep into the night. Going to be a shootout.
And I remember the manager saying, like, we didn't even prepare for penalties, by the way.
I was going to ask you that.
No.
You didn't practice them at all?
We practiced them a couple of times, but we didn't.
Nothing sort
it
of
wasn't
specific.
like, right, these are the first 5.
You practiced and all that.
It wasn't that. It was just like, we got there and the manager went, right, guys, get in the huddle. Who wants one?
Did they all jump or did they all step
And Patrice ever went, not me. Like that, right. And then but the great thing was you had Nani and Anderson, who were 2 young teenagers, went straight away, bang, we want one. It was like, and I was like, whoa, I love this.
There's Cristiano,
that meant 3. And that meant I was 2 back from where I would have been anyway, so that was great. And then all of a sudden, the guys start taking the penalty.
And he sends Petr Cech the wrong way. A shimmy. And Cech has saved from Ronaldo of all people. Has the chance to win the Champions League for Chelsea. And it's a chance that has passed him by.
And it was weird. I was the next penalty.
Yeah, you were, weren't you?
Yeah, if the one that was missed by John Terry, if he scores that, I'm next. And I swear down, I don't know how they got to the penalty because my legs were gone. I was shaking, man, in my boots.
He didn't look happy coming forward, Anelka, and he's not happy now because it's red in Russia. This English night in Europe is Manchester United's night.
So, yeah, in that moment, man, when Edwin saved the penalty, bro, if you could bottle that feeling and put it on the shelves in the supermarket, you'd be the billionaire.
And you think to yourself when you think back as well, were there any key moments during the game? You know, I can tell now you're not pretty much a sign person. I'm a little bit more like that. I see signs, but I've got more time to think as a goalkeeper. But were there any times during the game, whether it be at half-time as well, when the boss is giving the speech, before extra time, half-time of extra time, or just before the penalties, where you sort of thought, or even when JT misses that one, which could have put it through, did you think that this is ours?
No, I just believed in us. I look at our front three, man. Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo. Like, we just do our job at the back and keep a clean sheet. We win the game. And it should have been like that in the first half.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
should have put it beyond them.
Yeah, but it didn't happen, and that's how it pans out sometimes. But the confidence that I had in my teammates, I looked everywhere on that pitch, every player, in every position, and I just had supreme confidence, and I genuinely believed that we would win it. I didn't know how or when or whatever, but it's just, you have that feeling, you find a way.
Hello, Max, Foz and Boz here. Click here, point up there.
Yeah.
For all the latest action from Stan Sport, and click here to get a 7-day trial. Stan.com.au. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, live, ad-free, on demand, 4K. Do that, please. Thank you. Goodbye.